Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. So, we are right here in enemy territory on the map about to start a memory. And the game has wanted us to leave the Animus for a while, so I'm going to, at the risk of potentially messing up all my progress to walk from here to, let's say, here, I'm gonna exit the Animus, and there's a decent chance that when I get back in Animus, I'm gonna be walking out of this door. Not really terrible. I mean, just kind of gives us more things to do on the way back to this path, but it is kind of, it would be kind of silly. But also, we kind of need to know what's going on out here. They've had this asterisk, this star for a while, and that probably means they want to talk to me, or they have new dialogue to talk to me or something.
Get up slowly.
I would hope. I'd hope there was more reason than I thought. So, the next Assassin's Creed game is going to be in Egypt, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is the character you play as, or at least deal with. Maybe. I don't think the others would be it. So we've got some emails, which is, this is a throwback to the previous, to the first game, in which we could read emails and walk around. Desmond Miles, enter password. We don't know what a password is, but he does, apparently. And so in our inbox we have, hey guys, I can't find my MP3 player, the little black one. Let me know if you see it. I have trouble sleeping without my tunes, Rebecca. In general, that kind of dates this game, because who has just an MP3 player now? Everything's on the cell phone. Make sure you stay in the loop. Guy Fox, Snowmass 84, Juno 57. So, deleted weekly schedule for Desmond Miles. Supply runs, cleanup. Sean to relieve Rebecca to relieve Sean, Lucy to relieve Rebecca. So Lucy's made the schedule and he deleted it. And apparently we can just log into her email either. I did hear it. Let's start at the bottom. How about MP3 player found it, Sean. Riri yogurt. This just in, Rebecca is a Templar. Riri yogurt. Thanks, Becca. Sean, you're on cleanup for the next week, Lucy. Oh, so how am I supposed to read this? They're all in like different orders. It's not sorted by date. Look, on the right it says 918, 919, 919, 1920. Okay, I guess it is by date. So the newest thing is redismissed. I did hear it, but there's not much we can do until we've reached our goal. I know it's awful and I hate doing this to him, but it's necessary. Thanks to Lucy. I had 2 yogurts in the mini fridge as of this morning, and now they're gone. I'm hungry and annoyed. Who took them? Lucy. Lucy, I'm supremely disappointed that you'd make such allegations against your dedicated staff. This accusation is unjust and unfounded and frankly rather insulting, Sean. Thanks, Becca. So Becca turned Sean into stealing. So here's the outbox of this. Man, this is a difficult interface to follow storylines, and they should have done a better job on it, whether it's realistic or not. Desmond was screaming pretty loud in his sleep yesterday. It's getting worse. I don't know if you heard it, but I thought I'd let you know. Sean ate both of them. I know because he asked me if I wanted one. Alright. So that's Rebecca's email. How come I can hack into everybody's emails? And inbox, I had We've seen this one. So all of these messages don't matter. None of these messages matter anyways. So nothing new in Sean's. And Lucy's email. Let's see, inbox. Read that one. 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 Here's the schedule. So really pointless emails there. Thanks for that, game. Yeah, I don't believe any of these other characters have had a game around them, nor really even mentioned them. Like, you could have done a bow game pretty much at any point. Let's talk to her. Will the lips move, or
why do we
will
have
the
to stay
system
down here all
crash?
day?
Abstergo's still looking for us. It'd be better if we never went out at all, but then we'd run out of supplies.
It's like being in a cave during a rainstorm.
Yeah, well, knowing the Templars, monsoon season's about to arrive.
So I reached a checkpoint by talking to her.
You ever use the Animus?
Your ancestors have such interesting lives. I went in once. It was pretty lame.
Yeah, what were you? Some kind of spinster, probably.
Worse, a Prussian mercenary. I spent hours firing guns. Boring!
Yeah, guns are for sissies.
That's kind of an insult to games that aren't Assassin's Creed, basically. And
Gotta stay with the code.
so 2 conversations with her. Probably get 2 conversations
all right?
here.
I don't like being stuck underground with them out there looking for us.
You're doing a great job. We're safe here.
But for how long? Vidic won't give up. I know it.
Neither will we.
What's funny is she's got a pin that's like a passcode from that was very similar to the ones in Abstergo on her desk. So apparently that's just standard
I'm kind of
technology
busy
in this
here.
universe. Only 1 conversation with her. Interesting.
You still managing the teams out in the field?
No phone line. Rebecca's working on patching us into the network.
So how's it feel letting the lady do all the work?
She's no lady.
Hey!
That's kind of odd.
You think we're safe here?
I'm more concerned with the other assassins out there. If Abstergo stumbles onto information about the temples, we could have a disaster on our hands.
The only people alive who've heard of the temples are here in this room.
For now, and who knows, maybe they're listening to this conversation and you just gave everything away.
You brought them up first.
You are paranoid, Desmond.
Well played.
Now, notice that on Desmond's face he has a scar exactly like Ezio. No reason why.
You know I love talking about this stuff, Desmond, but we have work to do now.
The only thing I can really guess is the idea is that Ezio didn't really have a scar on his face, even though we saw in a memory a rock hit him in the face.
Make sure you're back before dawn. There's an earpiece and a watch.
These?
Yes, take them with you.
So I'm getting a new piece of equipment. So I have 10 minutes. So what am I doing? And why do I have... like... I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing here. See, there's blood on the street. Collect one of Mario's swords. Dust to dust. So... We've got a weird race going on here that the game didn't tell me anything about. What happens if I take more than 10 minutes to do all of this? Am I game over? So we can see a little bit of red over there in our vision, which implies to me that there is something I'm supposed to do. Why there'd be any collectibles in this area, though, kind of makes no sense. Unless this increases my synchronization in some weird way. Now, in the previous game we could get in the church and climb around it. In this version, still the case. Mardici Cape. How much time do we have left? 7 minutes and 42 seconds. I'm not sure if there's a way to get on the walls. And if there's not a way to get on the walls, then we have a much more limited area that we need to search. It kind of seems to me like all of that has been blocked off intentionally. Like, so. It wouldn't really surprise me if after the 10 minutes are up, it just says you have to get back in Animus and come back later. It doesn't even let you try a second time. So if there really is just 5 collectibles. Let's get on top of the building and see if we can find anything. There's Maria's feather chest, which is interesting. Okay. And you see this red path. How much time do we have? 5 minutes and 41 seconds. And it just points me back to where I was. Do I believe that there's 2 more collectibles in this section? And I don't know if I can die here. Like, let's turn this off. Do we have any kind of health? No, actually not. So with no health system, you can hardly be expected to believe you'll die. So I have to assume I'm immortal. That'd be an interesting game over. Most certainly. Just keep an eye out. I wouldn't be surprised if the remaining 2 collectibles are in areas that are low to the ground. And this inaccessible from where I am, or unviewable. I get kind of a feeling that there's one of them. We might. So one more. There's Ezio's belt. So almost certainly the final one is on the ground somewhere. Just hidden in one of these tunnels. That would be my guess. Somewhere slightly difficult to get to, slightly difficult to see. How much time do we have left? 3 minutes and 23 seconds. This is not gonna work unless I get really lucky. But I can't help but feel like I'm just playing an achievement. And we can't go in there. Could it possibly be hidden on the other side? How much time? 2 minutes. Keep looking. Let's get lucky and find it. Would there be another building that it would possibly be inside? I'm pretty familiar with this area, since it was the main area also of the second game. And the way everything's laid out, I think it might actually be further.
Desmond, come back. The sun's about to rise.
How much time do we have? So what happens if we don't make it back? I kind of want to find out, but I kind of don't want to find out. And if you go like this, the timer stops counting. And you get another 10 minutes. But then the question is, did I find the previous collectibles, or do I have to start all over again? If I knew where all the collectibles were, getting them all in 10 minutes is not a problem. Pretty doable. But finding them all on the first try under 10 minutes is more of a challenge than I think most players would do. And until we find that final thing, it kind of doesn't matter to me if we confirm our theory. But we can do it kind of easily too, because there was a collectible right here, and you can see that collectible is missing. So it's just an arbitrary limit for really no reason. 10 minutes. 10 minutes to let the player know, look, you shouldn't really spend too much time out here. That there isn't that much to do in this section of the game. But since I've gotten 4 out of 5 collectibles, I don't really see a motivating reason not to try to find a 5th. It can't be that hard. Hopefully it's not that hard. Maybe it's sneakily on something like that. A balcony. Maybe it's at the top of one of these buildings, or hidden oddly amongst some of these buildings. Kind of boring, though. Can't deny it. This is a perfect example of how you could ruin Assassin's Creed, is just have the entire world devoid of any challenge or anybody trying to knock you down. It just becomes this hide and go seek, find a hidden object game, which I've played a decent amount of hidden object games, and they are almost unilaterally boring. Is the synchronization point here? Can't die, so you take out the element of any danger, you take out the element of any challenge, and what do you have left? Seems like the only building you can get to is this one, and there's nothing in the rafters, there's nothing in the well. I heavily suspect there is a collectible somewhere on the ground floor, just where I can't see it. I suppose we could let myself die. There's no reason not to. Just don't come back when the timer happens. I wonder if the 5th piece is inaccessible right now. That you can't get it. Say I can't do anything with that door. Come on, cars. Is there something hidden? In one of these alleyways on the sides here. Maybe I should just adapt a maze pattern. We'll stay to the right no matter what. I think if I do that, in this case, since this isn't actually a maze, I'll probably end up just going in circles. Doesn't sound like there's a noise or anything that plays. Although I did hear a car sound effect in one section. I'm pretty sure that's just background noise. Maybe hidden somewhere around here there is something and I'm missing it. It'd be hard. It would be really, really hard to miss it. I don't think it's on top of the building. Although maybe I should check. Just doing more thorough search of the tops of this building.
Sunrise is coming. You can't risk being seen.
So, let's see what happens when we ignore that. Why, by the way, do you only have 10 minutes until sunrise? That's a good question in itself. It would be kind of stupid if the game did something incredibly cruel here. Deleted my save files, game overed me completely. I couldn't make it back there if I wanted to. So let's see what happens. Nothing. Okay. So it's just put this hard limit on you for no reason. Is there any collectibles up here or over there? That was kind of cool. Didn't play itself off as being very cool though. Jumping on the light fixtures. One of the major problems with putting the Assassin's Creed series in modern time is what we're doing right now. Is like, instead of guards throwing rocks at me if I was on top of a building, guards would just be shooting me. And when you live in a modern time when guns are just assumed to exist, it's a big issue. I guess they could go into the Badlands solution towards that. Set the future in a post-apocalyptic world where guns have long since run out of bullets, and then they use swords a lot. That would solve some of the problems with having a game like this in a modern time. Although that wouldn't be a modern time then anymore. It's a slight spoiler, but eventually they solve the problem, or at least they hint at a solution of the problem by finding a piece of Eden that negates the effects of guns and bullets flying at you. And it'd be too spoilish to say anything more than that. But that is introduced in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which is kind of 4, but kind of not 4. I don't know if that one got a number, or if they were half numbering these. Like, we're playing Brotherhood here right now. That's not 3, even though it's the 3rd game in the series. Just for really no reason. Just being weird with how they number things. Man, I think I've spent about 30 minutes looking for this collectible. Well, I've spent slightly over 30 minutes looking for this collectible when this timer runs out. And that's as much as I'm willing to spend right now on this effort. Because I have no idea where it is. Wait, am I hearing it? No. Yeah, if it had the little jingle sound, I could probably find it. But I'm not hearing any jingle sounds. I'm not seeing it anywhere. I'm looking from the rooftops. I'm trying to get under any awnings that it might be hidden behind. Trying to go to places I haven't been before. Stay a little bit more central into the city, because seeing the flickering lights here like that has a tricking effect. That would be an interesting story plot if it turns out that fluorescent lights or neon lights are designed to mess up the assassin's eagle vision. Which, okay. Then you could take something away from this game that's been there since the beginning and do something interesting with it. But in all honesty, they're never gonna set an Assassin's Creed game 100% in the modern time. It won't work. They don't want to do it. It's more interesting to tell stories from previous time frames, anyways. Eventually, I suppose you might run out of historical tales to tell, but I don't think that would be too much of a problem. Anytime soon. Just looking everywhere. How can I be missing it? so much? How can the other 4 collectibles weren't this well hidden? This tells me that there's something specifically about the 5th one that you can't find. That's what I'm gonna have to assume, because I don't think I'm this bad at finding things, and I don't feel like this area is that large that it could have something hidden and I could miss it multiple times. I feel like I've looked all over the map, and if it is somewhere on the map, I wouldn't. People are probably yelling at me right now. Probably be pretty annoying if somebody spotted it and I just missed it completely. Just do like concentric rings around these areas. Walking, looking, really just waiting for the timer to run out at this point. It's possible that I've totally missed something on one side of one building, but I kind of can't believe that. Like one corner, one rooftop. I don't honestly believe that I missed something in one corner or one rooftop, or that there's some section where you climb up but it's in the middle somewhere. That's a possibility, but I don't think so. Like somewhere like this where
Desmond,
you
come
climb
back
up.
to the sanctuary. The sun is rising.
And we've already learned that not to do that. It's not worth your... So we've got one more minute, and I think we're just gonna fail. So whatever this was all about, finding these collectibles and doing all of this, we don't know. Like, no clue. Like, it probably is just for an achievement, or maybe some kind of outfit. I bet it doesn't do anything important. Let's see, that's killing my finger running this much. And you can never go up there and see those numbers and those dates we saw before. And this area is blocked off, so you can't do anything with that either. Now let's just see if...
We have work to do.
Talk to everybody. See if we're done talking.
I'm busy right now.
Yep.
Focusing on this.
So the game quite pathetically wanted me to come out here and do
Baby's
this.
all ready for you.
And it didn't even matter. At the end of the day, 40 minutes? Really? 40 freaking minutes of running around in the area. Where are we now? On the map. Well, the good news is we are only, it seems, a little bit away from when we first upgraded the tailor here. So there's a load section that happens somewhere around every area, it seems, and
William, my children have not eaten anything yet today.
and so it automatically saves when you do anything. That's good to know. And then it loads you somewhere close to where you do something. So those are the two things you need in a auto checkpoint, auto save system: is one, auto saving properly, and two, auto loading properly. The problem is I've now been holding the right trigger for 40 minutes straight, and my finger is cramping up. The dangers of video game playing. I'm not sure how much is in the bank too. That's a good question. There was about 3,000 in the bank before. So if we go to the inventory, it's still just 3,000. So those 40 minutes in which I was running around in the real world don't count towards 40 minutes in the bank. Or maybe it does. Maybe it's going to give me an accelerated payout. So this place has a memory, and this is where we stopped last time. We were standing right here, and we decided to leave the Animus. And the game wanted me to leave the Animus, and it proved itself to be really silly to do that. This is interesting. This is a protected zone, but I don't see any guards or anything. You can just go inside.
Ezio Auditore! Come in, come in! I'll kill you if you don't.
This is the guy who
Wait
ran
here.
the
You have to
mercenaries
meet my wife.
in the previous game.
It
It was crazy. I thought he married his wife.
You check behind the table?
Oh, he does have a real wife now.
Here she is.
He was in love with the sword before.
Lieta di conoscervi.
Charmed. Truly.
Now, we talk about war.
How was the fight against the French?
Bene. My men are holding their own.
Machiavelli seemed to think things were more difficult.
You know Machiavelli.
Abbiamo bisogno del vostro aiuto!
Scusatemi. Throw me Bianca.
Bianca was his love before.
Ezio, let me get straight to the point. The fight is not going well. We have been attacked on both sides. Borgia on one, French on the other. But know this. The Borgia position is weak. If you can defeat them, we can concentrate our forces on the French front.
I think I know a way to help. Thank you for disclosing this to me, Madonna Dalviano.
It is the least a wife can do to help her husband.
So a new character who's much more helpful than him. So now full synchronization, kill only the Borgia captain. We'll see if that happens.
Someone stop their leader before he gets to the tower!
Easy enough, assassin. Assassination. And kill the captain. Now burn the tower.
As you value your life, run!
And we couldn't get to this before. because there was a memory wall. In fact, we ran into several memory walls last recording of just areas we couldn't get to because we're still relatively early in the gameplay, setting up ideas and concepts. In fact, it happens for a decent amount of the time in this game, if I'm recalling correctly. Like, we might be 75%, even 80% done with the game and still learning a few things. Well, one thing in particular, I come to think of it, I know you get right at the end, but that's kind of more of a bonus ability than anything else. What'll be interesting, and I'm not sure I'll be able to actually do proper justice to criticizing this, is playing this game, which adds some drastic new systems compared to the next game. See how well, if at all, they actually use those systems. And then it's once you get to the third game in the series, it's kind of weird because then I'm not sure you use any of those systems. There's a lot of them. Very well may get left on the cutting room floor. The third Assassin's Creed in particular is kind of strange in that it's this middle of the ground story, a character that nobody really likes and nobody was ever really gonna like anyways, because Ezio became a lot better written than Altair or anybody else we've seen up to this point. Desmond is not a super interesting character in his own right. So almost certainly the main character of Assassin's Creed 3 was doomed to fail, whoever it would have been. Sadly, I don't know if we're going to have too much time to do anything after spending 40 minutes on the outside.
Ezio, we sent those luridi codardi running for the hills.
Yes, we did.
Now that the Pope's dogs have fled, I will be able to draw more men to the fight. But first I want to reinforce our barracks.
Who will take care of this?
I'm no good with these things. You are the educated one. You approve the plans.
Va bene. But in return, I need to know Cesare and Rodrigo's every move. Can your men keep track of them for me?
Of course.
So the question is, do I have enough money to talk to the architect and repair? I only have 1,000. And how much does he want? I don't know, but apparently I have enough. And so time has passed, theoretically.
Isn't she a thing of beauty?
Now there used to be a game in any of these cutscenes that anytime there was a glitch you could hit a button and change the camera angles. That's been completely left on the cutting room floor.
Prove your skills.
It's the same board that they had on the courtesans.
Should I already be at the top?
Chance fighting downstairs.
If you're looking to show off, we also have fights. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got money on this match.
Where is Bartolomeo?
At the fight downstairs.
He has such an aggressive view of the world. However, strategy is equally important. Take these carrier pigeons, for example. Each one sent from Machiavelli bears the name of an important Templar in Roma. Eliminate them, and you will have more of an impact than a battle ever could.
Thank you, Madonna. Can you ask Bartolomeo to come see me at Isola Tiberina with a report about Cesare and Rodrigo's whereabouts?
He will be there.
So we now have the pigeon ability, which I'm not sure exactly how this works. I assume maybe later on there will be pigeons. But then the game kicked me out of this area, so if I wanted to see any of this, I would have to come back in. So 10 mercenary groups sent to attack guards, 5 scaffoldings destroyed by throne guards, 5 brutes killed, 25 brutes killed, 25 papal guards killed, 25 guards killed while on horseback, 10 guards on horseback air assassinated, 10 double assassinations, which I'm not sure I can even do right now. I don't know why I can't, though I think I could at the end of the last game. 5 guards disarmed and killed with their own weapons. 5 kill 5 guards within 10 seconds, apparently do that 5 times, and get streaks of at least 5 kills. None of those have anything to do with the fights, though. So, what would be interesting to see is, since we've unlocked the guild challenges for the courtesans, how many of these have we done? Nothing. Interesting. We'll see how that goes. I don't have a ton of money, and I really wouldn't want to do too much here. But let's speak to this guy.
Show my men what you can do.
So mercenary 1, time limit 10 seconds, or there's 5 mercenaries, and either I have 10 minutes or 10 seconds. I will, if I bet 0, I'll be awarded 50. If I bet 1, I'll get 2. If I bet every single dollar I have up to 500, I'll get 600. But then I would lose 500 if I lost. So I think you're probably better off on this system just betting 0. So they've taken off your shirt, and you only have 10 seconds. Ooh. That was close. Won the fight under 10 seconds. Payout 50. Let's see. Replay. New. Cancel. I'm just going to go ahead and cancel. Right now, with my current ability to do damage, it's not worth trying to do anymore. Let's talk to her.
Madonna, has Machiavelli sent word?
Yes. The pigeons deliver the names of key papal agents. The Jubilee has brought pilgrims to Roma, their money taken by the church in exchange for absolution. Threats of damnation terrorize those reluctant to pay. The agents' collections go directly to Cesare.
I will make money the least of their worries.
So, new assassination contracts, view the map to locate them. So, assassination contract right there. There's an empty faction building we can make use of if we have money for it. How's our bourgeois influence? It's been lifted in this area. So assassination contracts are very much in line with the first game. More than others. So it kind of makes no sense, but let's do courtesans anyways. Like, so we're gonna put some courtesans right in the Thieves Guild section. Actually, it makes kind of more sense than you would think, because there's mercenaries right there anyways. Now we've got our choices, and that makes it a little bit easier. And the what the mercenaries do versus what the courtesans do is a slightly different experience. So this Borgia Tower, let's go to this tunnel entrance, and then go to this Borgia Tower, and then this, and then this, and then just try to see if we can actually get to these Borgia Towers and see this area, because while we've opened up a decent amount of the map, this bottom section in particular is still a question mark. And sadly, we're not going to have much time. Actually, what we need to do is we need to go back, come to think of it. I'm collecting flags again. Quit collecting flags. Not enough money. That should be enough. I like the idea behind the pickpocketing, just to have a really easy solution to your problem. But you can also see I'm getting some notoriety now at the top left, and I didn't think that system was gonna still exist in this game. I thought that was gonna go away. I would have been a little happy if it had. You can see posters now have appeared on the map. So yeah, that system certainly didn't get eliminated. So now when I run by these guys, they should ignore me. Of course, I don't want to fall to my death here. This valley of an area is not an area I really would want in a map. So yeah, we can see that's not an area that we can reach. And come to think of it, I need to go back this way. And that's not smart video game playing at all, to realize that you missed something. Somewhere over here there's a memory. Somewhere over here. Must be like right on top. Hey, it's a feather. That's cool. But that's not what I was looking for. Is it not this building? Was it perhaps the other building over there? I wouldn't be surprised if it's this building over there. Notice that that flag is now an assassin's flag. Is there any way I can confirm where I, like, database locations and we have this area, set marker. Where on the map is that? So, unless that marker was already there, somewhere around here is a secret thing. Where are you hiding, memory? I don't think it's inside the building. I guess what I should do is go to the map, remove this marker. So marker is removed. Come back here, database, locations, this set marker. And then come back to map and see that the marker is set. And it's set pretty specifically. Somewhere over here. I don't think it's up here because this is where the flag was, the feather. Like finding 10 feathers. It's kind of a hard decision to decide whether would you prefer there be only 10 feathers hidden around the 60-hour open world game, or would you prefer there to be 100? And I guess in general I'd prefer there to be 100 and you only need to get 90 for the maximum upgrade, and then if you get all 100, good for you, but there's no real reward in the game for that. That way any player has a very decent chance of still accomplishing the goal without. Let's go in here and see. Maybe it is inside. Yeah, the idea that you could miss a few would be nice. No, there's nobody. There's nothing here. And there's nothing crazy. I can't even jump up against this wall. Can't. I don't think I can climb anything in this area. So,
require medical assistance?
Where are you hiding, memory? I suspect it's something. Something on a wall or a floor. There it is. So when you look at the map, it's like nowhere close. I'm way over here and it's pretending like it's there. Climb down. Climb down. I think I just have to jump down and climb back up.
Hey, Desmond.
Hey, it's me now, not him. Can we pause the game right here? No, we can't. Well, this is awkward. We've already gone a little longer than we should. And I can't pause it, so I'm just going to go ahead and end the recording here. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.